Today, we are visiting Manitowoc's Union Park to tell the fascinating history of its 1821 walking stick cannon, a cannon that took part in the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, and how it ended up in a park in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. The cannon, although manufactured in 1821, was classified by the United States military as a Model 1819. Over time, this pattern of cannon has been nicknamed the walking stick because of its slender design of the barrel versus later models. In the year 1821, the government ordered 100 walking sticks from the Fort Pitt Foundry in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Fort Pitt Foundry, which was located at Fifth Avenue and Smithfield Streets in Pittsburgh, was known for its manufacturing of heavy cannons such as siege guns, but accepted the contract for production of the walking stick. Its specifications required a 6-pound iron field gun to be 71.6 inches in length and weigh 742 pounds, with its 10-inch diameter reinforced at a cost of $80 per cannon. Combined with the unreliable cast iron of that period, the cannon proved notoriously fragile. This pretty much proved the undoing of this cannon, as the thin barrels on a number of the cannons fractured and blew up when fired, killing and injuring some of the gun crews. The hardware which the cannon is mounted to was produced in 1826 at the U.S. Arsenal in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The arsenal, which was located along the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh, was a military manufacturing center in the 1820s. After the Civil War, many of the forts that had guarded Washington during the war were dismantled and their cannon stored in arsenals around the country. Our 1821 walking stick would remain there for the next 74 years, unused and forgotten. So the question can be asked, how did this marvelous cannon find its way to a park in Manitowoc, Wisconsin? For that we have to thank a Mr. John G. Johnson and the ladies of the Women's Relief Corps No. 53, Grand Army of the Republic. Mr. Johnson was born in Chicago in 1872 and came to Manitowoc with his family as a young boy. He attended Manitowoc schools and graduated from the North Side High School. After graduating from college, he returned to Manitowoc, where he ran a retail and supply company that was known as the Spindler Company. He was very active in community affairs, such as the Boys Club, Boy Scouts, Salvation Army, and the County Fish and Game Association. When the City Parks Board was established, Mr. Johnson was chosen as a member. During his time on the board, he was instrumental in setting up 17 stone memorials to individuals and events all over the city. In 1913, the Women's Relief Corps of Manitowoc proposed placing a statue of a Civil War soldier in the center of Union Park in honor of all the men who served during that war. While the idea was favorable to the citizens of Manitowoc, no action was ever taken by the Manitowoc City Council on the proposal. The ladies of the Women's Relief Corps more than likely felt slighted by the City Council. So in 1938, they approached Mr. Johnson with the idea of placing a Civil War cannon in Union Park. Johnson thought it was a great idea, and in short order, through his contacts, procured the 1821 walking stick. Funds for the purchase of the cannon were provided by the Women's Relief Corps and a large memorial donation from Guido Rar. The stone on which the cannon rests was donated and installed by the McMullen and Pitts Company. The cannon was presented to the City of Manitowoc by Mrs. Emma Yeager, President of the Women's Relief Corps No. 53, Grand Army of the Republic, on September 20th, 1939. A plaque was attached to the cannon's carriage which read, "In memory of Manitowoc Civil War veterans, 1861 through 1865, presented by Horace M. Walker, Women's Relief Corps No. 53. The cannon, which was originally located at the northwest corner of Union Park and remained there for some 60 years. Sometime around 1995, the carriage on which the cannon sat became so deteriorated that the City Parks Department removed the cannon and carriage from the park. At one point, the cannon was actually placed on a scrap pile at the North Side City shops. It took an outcry of citizens before the Parks Department rebuilt the carriage. This time, the cannon and carriage were placed in the center of Union Park in 1997. To honor the area soldiers that had served in the Civil War, a double-sided plaque was placed next to the cannon by the Manitowoc County Historical Society. It was during the 2017 annual Manitowoc County Civil War Roundtable picnic in Union Park that it was noticed that the stone on which the cannon and carriage sat was sinking into the ground. While the area around the cannon was being taken care of, it did nothing for the appearance of the cannon. It was decided that we would contact the City and Parks Department and see if they minded our group doing some improvements to the area. They got back to us saying that we could do whatever we wanted as long as it improved the area. The roundtable contacted the Seiler Brothers Construction Company to have the cannon, carriage, and stone moved and the ground under the cannon removed so that concrete could be laid as a new base. 6 new metal poles were placed in the ground to surround the cannon as the concrete was laid. In addition, a metal plaque describing the cannon's history was obtained and placed in the fresh concrete. When the concrete had set, the cannon, carriage, and stone were returned to their place of honor. A chain was then placed around the cannon for security. The area was rededicated by the Roundtable on June 11, 2018. The following year, the Manitowoc County Civil War Roundtable added a new bench and a 25-foot flagpole to the area. And in 2021, the original plaque, which had been placed on the cannon by the Women's Relief Corps in 1939, was located and placed on a marble stone at the head of the cannon. Since that time, this area has been enjoyed by countless citizens as they peacefully walk through the park or bring their children to play on the playground equipment in the park. In 2023, the Manitowoc Parks and Recreation Department proposed a complete, extensive remodeling to Union Park. They went to the extent of hiring an architect from the Fox Valley. In 2024, the architect came up with 3 proposals. One of the proposals was basically accepted as the future plans for Union Park, as the plans included the removal of many of the old majestic trees, moving the Civil War cannon to a new location, and creating a military area to honor all veterans, and relocate and install new playground equipment in the park. This no doubt would enhance the beauty and use of the park for community activities. As of mid-2025, no action has been taken to put these proposals in place.
I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this interesting story of one of Manitowoc's historical artifacts. If you've enjoyed it, consider taking the time to look at some of my other videos of Manitowoc County history.